Hey, Vibe family, welcome back to the channel. Glad you can join us today. So today, oh, sorry, Mr. C's here. Woo
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing?
woo! So today we wanted to talk about a volunteer thing that we did today. We had a volunteer opportunity today to participate in, and it was downtown Salt Lake, and it was for junior achievement, and it's called Junior Achievement City. Fabulous program. So, did you want to say a little bit?
No. Like she said, it definitely was a fabulous program. It's something we think every city should have um, for kids coming up, giving them that experience on what it means to be an adult. I think that's kind of how they started it
Yeah,
today.
it is. Yeah, that's how they started because they have this big elevator that the kids come up in, and they said it's like 70 to like 90 kids or something in this elevator, and then they go up the elevator, and then when they cross the bridge, then that means that they're an adult, and so then they can they in school while they're in school in their classes for months they start preparing for this experience, but they choose who the mayor of the town is going to be. They're different businesses and they have CEOs, CFOs, store managers, and workers. It's run like a business. I mean, they've got payroll. The CFO's got to go in and do payroll. The CEO's got to go and make sure they get the loan. Yeah, the CFO has to submit the loan documents. The CEO's got to go get it, and they get debit cards. And when we walked in, we were surprised that because this is our first time doing it. Like it's like a little
Little town,
city, like
yeah, the
right.
little city, like a real city. Like you see the banks, and it's like not just like one of those fake storefront type of things.
Right.
It's not a full out
Yeah.
store, but it has all the things that you need to do to conduct the business. So the bank has desks and things like that. They have they have restaurants in there, so you got restaurants, tech, banks, school systems, waterworks, like your electric company, gas companies, things like that. Really, really, really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool, and it was like so legit, like because I guess companies probably sponsor. So like they have like here in Utah we have a Maverick, and so they had a Maverick store, and I mean it's the legit Maverick sign, Zion's Bank, the legit Zion's Bank sign. Chick-fil-A, it was a Chick-fil-A sign, and they had Chick-fil-A stuff in there that they were selling. It was crazy. It was a crazy experience.
And I think too, even with which made it even cooler too, like Chick-fil-A and the stores like that, they even have the smocks,
Yeah.
or they
Yeah.
put you in the
Yeah.
uniforms, miniature size, because
Yeah,
these were like what
like
grade?
like they had the for what was it? One of the companies they had some of the kids had the hard
They had the
hats
hard hats,
and they had the
the
vests,
vests
the
on, and
orange
things like
vests
that,
on.
so that
Yeah,
they really get to feel like they're an actual employee
yeah.
in
They
there.
got to go. Their first paycheck was an actual like check, and they had to go to the bank to cash the check, to deposit the check, and then the next deposit, because they got two deposits, the next deposit was a direct deposit. So it was funny because kids were like, well, where's the money? Like,
Where's the money?
where do I get my check? It's just like, no, this one's direct deposit. It's
It's
already
already on
on
your
your
debit
debit
card. So
card.
they showed you that two styles of how it was and the way it is today. Um, I think they did a lot of key things for people to make them understand, like
Yeah.
how to, when you got your check, they gave you like a sheet to teach you how to manage your money, so
Yeah,
you know how much you have, and when you buy something, you write it down, so you know how much you
because
spend.
it was funny because
Yeah.
some kids came in to buy something because we were in the grocery store part of it. Excuse me. And some kids came in to buy something, and it was just like, and the person behind the register was just like, nope, yeah, nope, you got 34 cents left. It's just like you need to budget your money better.
And it even had situations where if you didn't, it said insufficient
It
funds.
said insufficient funds.
And
Yeah.
they explained that to you, what that means in the beginning of the program. So when they heard it, it was more like, "What do you mean I don't have this? It means you spend too much." These are things that kids. What grade is that?
It's fifth grade.
Grade.
Yeah.
That they may hear it when you go out with your parents, but to be actually experiencing it yourself kind of makes you sit back and think. The other good thing too is you got a chance to see the different personalities of people, because there were so many different kids from different backgrounds. You got to really see how react to
Yeah.
circumstances, whether
Yeah.
they, if somebody didn't have money or didn't have enough money, or who was the bosses against who wasn't, because there was a
Yeah.
mixture of CEOs, CFOs, general managers,
Store
store
managers.
managers, and
Yeah.
just workers.
Hmm.
So it was really cool. And then
Yeah.
the funny thing is, I looked at it and I kind of didn't realize that nobody caught it. They were paid by that way.
Oh, were they? I
Yeah,
didn't see
because
that.
the
Really?
CEOs had like $7 or $8, and workers were like 5 and 4. It was
Shut up!
modified. Yeah,
I didn't even see
I
that.
saw that because what was happening is when they did the checks, the CFO who issues the checks, he gave them all out to the employees. But he was like, "What's wrong with this check?" And it was like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "If it ain't signed, it's no good." So the
Mhm.
actual CEO had to
Had to
sign
sign all
all
the
the
checks.
checks. He's
Yeah.
like, "I got to
Yeah.
sign all these." I'm like, "Yeah, you're basically
Yeah.
approving the checks."
And it's funny because they tell you at the beginning, they have this big orientation that you have to sit through as volunteers and stuff beforehand. And they tell you, try not to, they say that they know it's hard, but try not to help the kids. They've been preparing for this. They may need some guidance, but you got to try to really let them do it themselves. If they ask you a question, then yes, but if they ask you a question, it's just like, okay, well, did you look at your handbook?
Right.
Did you do this? And so they try not to give them the answer. And for us, it was funny because there was three of us, three people of color, and we had five boys, not one girl, all boys, and they were a lively bunch. I will just say that. But they had it together. They came together, and
They
they
started
were
out
they were
rough,
yeah, they
though.
always started off
They
rough.
were excited and really not understanding, but as they started to really understand that it's a team to get it done, you saw them start to realize, based on just the traffic, right? You
Yeah.
saw they was realizing they weren't getting any sales, and then you have these staff meetings and everything, and
Yeah.
try to
Yeah.
go over, well, what do you think is wrong, and then the CEO has to kind of make a statement, and he was really good. He was like, maybe
Yeah.
we got to look at our prices, maybe we're not advertising enough.
Yeah, and so then they changed the pricing, and
pricing.
then they sold out of everything.
They sold out.
Sold out.
They sold out. They paid. They had to go, because the thing is, they had to get a loan. So they had to get a loan. So this whole thing teach you how to do when you get a loan, how you got to pay back the loan, plus pay your bills.
Yeah, and everybody had to pay $100 back. Every business, because they try to make it fair. Every
Right.
business has to pay back $100.
Right. They killed it. They really did a fantastic job. So the moral of the story, like we're saying, these are type of things we are saying should be everywhere if they're
Should
not
be everywhere,
already.
yeah.
Because that's one of the key things, especially in other communities where children grow up and they have no exposure to that.
Well, right, because like inner cities, right? Because kids in inner cities don't always have exposure to this type of education, I guess you call
Yeah.
it, right? They don't have exposure to what am I trying to say?
Well, they do something in high school at the end when it's called something literacy,
Like financial literacy, right?
And they
Right.
take you to this crash course when you're older,
Right.
but having it at that young age.
At that young age, right? But people have they talk more about finances. They talk about financial literacy in households and how to budget and debit cards and credit cards and things like that,
and how to create
and how to
assets.
how to create assets and build wealth. And you just have in a lot of inner cities, they don't have there's nobody to show them how to do this stuff.
Right.
And this program should really be everywhere because it's a really good program, and it's only for fifth graders,
Right.
from my understanding. From my understanding, I think it's fifth and sixth grade,
Right.
but we had fifth graders at ours. Yeah, it's just a really good program. I think they walked away and they learned a lot. They were really proud of themselves, as they should have been, because they did such a good job. And it I think it taught them something, and I hope that they take it and they remember it, and take it as they get older.
Absolutely, because at the end of the day, it taught a couple of good lessons, and it taught you, one, how to organize, how to work with people, because as we move in today's society, we get caught up with the whole, how to communicate with people and be social, and it also gave them a sense of what I saw out of it was because they had to make decisions, which are on their own, which is a good lesson. To be outspoken, to talk to people, and also to the biggest thing was by working together, seeing what they accomplished, and I
Right.
think that
And understanding instruction too,
yeah,
right?
yeah, that was
Because
important.
because at the beginning, everybody's together. We've got to go over things. The CFO has to do his job. He's got to get the loan and all that stuff. And everybody's got to get their books because everybody had a binder except for the CFO because he had his computer. But everybody's got to get a
Yeah,
binder and they have to read through their binder to see what they have to do, what their role is. And so there was a point where they had like a town hall where everybody at the beginning had to go to the town hall, sit in the grass, and they had to listen to the mayor give a speech and welcome everybody and everything. And the CEOs had to give a speech. And so one of the kids in our thing, the CEO in our thing, was just like, I don't have my speech. Where's my speech? And we're just like, I don't know, where is your speech? And so I go back and I'm like, okay, me and someone else, we go back and we're looking, we're like, where the heck is the speech at? And a guy comes over and he's just, as I was saying, hey, did you look in your binder? A guy comes over, opens the binder, and there it was. It's just like, so you need to follow instructions when we say, when people tell you, you got to do something, hey, open your binder, go through it. He didn't do that, and his speech was in there. And thank goodness he got it, and and was able to do it. But they had to learn how to follow instructions, and
and I think
because that was important.
yep, and I think it helped him because once he understood the importance of it,
Mm-hmm.
and now he had to wing it. He had to
Right.
he
Mm-hmm.
had to figure out, I'm going to get called up here, and I got to represent this.
Right.
And he did a really good job.
He did a good job.
Great job winging it.
Right, winging it because there were sections in it that pertained to what your store was. So every speech a lot of it was written out for you, but there were blank spaces that you had to fill in because it pertained to your store.
Right.
So he had to wing it, but he got up there and he did a fantastic job. He was one of the louder ones because some of the kids got up there. They had never done that before. So that was expected. So they talked really low. You could barely hear them, but he got up there and he spoke loud and you heard him and he did a good job. And then he actually got on, they had like a little TV where you could be interviewed and he got up there and he was like, he was a salesperson for the store. So,
it definitely is something. If you guys don't know about it, check your community, see if it's something that's out there.
And it's just through Junior Achievement. I believe Junior Achievement should be everywhere in every state. But yeah, it was a great program. We had a great time. They did not feed us.
No.
We'd never done it before, so I didn't know you could like bring your own lunch or because we really couldn't buy anything at the stores because the stores were just for the kids.
Yeah.
So, but they had like coffee and they had sodas and waters and stuff for us. They said they had a few snacks for us, but I didn't see them. But by the time it was over, I think we were there for like 5-6 hours.
Right.
We were starving and went to In-N-Out Burger.
But I think if you can, even if you have the time, because that's one of the things they talk about when they talk about volunteering, or time. It's worth it.
It is worth it. Definitely worth it
for you, audience. If you can volunteer to one, go and see it yourself. I guarantee you, if you have younger kids, it's going to make you want to say, "Hey, let them go check this out." Because it's well put together. Shout out to the Junior Achievement people that put these things together. They do a really, really good job. Us being in the industry, it was so many things that when we were reading just our manual, we were like, "Dang, this is deep."
Oh yeah, they had a volunteer manual that we had to read first.
We're like, wait a minute, is this? We're supposed to be taking the day off to do. I thought we was going to work. I'm looking at this thing like, wait a minute, this thing is on point.
Yeah.
Guys, the way it even helped me on some things. I was like, am I even prepared to what I do? Like, this is some good points I took away from it. So definitely check it out. Look it up. Check your local neighborhoods. Check your schools. See if they have it. It's worth it.
And if they don't have it, and if there is a Junior Achievement there, and maybe they just don't have this program, maybe it's something that you can ask about. Maybe try to start one because it's definitely worth it.
Especially for the inner cities.
Yeah.
For the inner cities where people don't talk about it as much, it's important. And to get them at that age where they can they already have education, they have an awareness of it. So when they get older, they're not shell shocked and like, what does this mean? How come I don't? What does that mean? This is how wealth is generated. This is how people get a different idea.
Gotta start educating them young.
Starting it,
Yeah.
young. Definitely do it young.
Yep. So yeah, that was our day
Yeah.
out here in Salt Lake City, and
On a Friday.
yes, and it was nice to volunteer on a Friday all day and then have to go back to work.
Exactly.
That was nice. Yeah.
So definitely, hey, so if you need that chance, a reason to get out, do that. Get a little education out of it. Learn something. Spread it out. Spread the word. It's definitely a program we would recommend everybody that has young kids coming up to do it. And it doesn't matter where you come from, what your background is, because with all the different roles they give you, it opens their eyes to what each person does and what their responsibility is, and maybe gives them a little bit more of an edge to what they think they might want to do or want to be.
It was nice. So
it was definitely good.
Check it out, and thank you for watching. Thank you. Please subscribe. Leave us a comment, and thanks again.
Throw a thumbs up.
Whoop.
Need that thumbs up.
All right.
All right.
Thanks. See you on the next one.
See you on the next one.